Hello, and welcome to my 9th water review for Friday, March 30th, 2018. Before I get started, I just want to make an announcement that if any of you missed my review of Flow boxed water from last week, that's because YouTube kept unlisting it. So I've relisted it, and now it should be available for the public. So please go and watch that if you would like. Now, continuing with the theme of boxed waters, I will be reviewing another boxed water this week. However, this boxed water is a little different than the rest of them. The previous two boxed waters were sealed in a paper Tetra Pak, whereas this one is sealed in a plastic bottle. Now, you may recognize Fiji Water, as it is quite popular. Fiji Water is sourced from an artesian spring in the Yakara Valley of the island of Fiji. This artesian spring is unique compared to the other artesian springs from Voss and Flow Water because of its location. Fiji is a volcanic island, which means that the water filters through volcanic rock, giving it interesting mineral properties. Also, because Fiji is remote, over 1,600 miles from the nearest continent, it is untouched by humans, meaning that it has a very high purity. Now, there are a few philanthropic incentives that Fiji participates in. There is the Fiji Water Foundation, which works to provide clean drinking water, education facilities, and healthcare facilities to underprivileged villages. Also, Fiji has worked with the Conservation International Group to restore wildlands on the island of Fiji, as well as to protect rainforest lands. Pretty interesting history. Moving on to the bottle. Now, Fiji has a very distinct bottle. Not only is it a plastic square, but it also has this beautiful tropical design on the front, as it is from the tropical island of Fiji. It has this nice flower on the bottom, this interesting tropical logo at the top, and it also has a picture of the ocean in the background, if you can see that. Now, moving on to the back, you will notice the nutritional facts. Some interesting points to make about the nutritional facts. There is 10 milligrams of sodium in here, which is quite high for water, as well as 2% of your daily calcium, which makes this an alkaline water. Also, at the bottom here, they have your mineral breakdown. This shows that there is quite a bit of silica, actually a significant amount, as well as a lot of sodium, magnesium, and calcium, which gives it its alkaline properties. The pH is also slightly basic or alkaline, and because of the minerals, magnesium and calcium, it means that this is on the harder side of the waters. So, what does this mean? Well, the bottle has a lovely plastic finish. The label is nicely glued on to the front and the back, and the cap is made out of a nice soft touch plastic, so excellent build materials. Moving on to the taste. Now, as you will remember from last week, we have brought in the Glencairn tasting glass and smelling glass. So, let's see if we can get any interesting notes. Right off the bat, you get the saltiness. It's very slight, but you do get it. It almost smells like the ocean. Just slightly though, it's not like a salt water. As they mention on the bottle, Fiji water is extremely soft tasting in the mouth. And this is mostly because of the silica as well as the sodium. So with those two together, it does give it a slightly almost plasticky, it almost tastes like there's a film on the water, which I'm not a huge fan of, but some people are. But it's not offensive in any way, really. You get a little bit of the metallic-y taste, which I like, but again, it's very overpowered by the softness and almost silica-y sodium tasting. So overall, the taste is pretty good. It's not terrible like some waters I will be reviewing in the future, but it's not as good as something like a Voss water or a Icelandic or Smart Water. So, final score breakdown. In terms of interestingness, Fiji gets full points. It's from a tropical island, which is cool. The company is very socially responsible. The aquifer where they source the water is very cool. And the filtration process is also very interesting. So, full 2.5 points for history and company interestingness. In terms of bottle design and materials, the design is where this loses points. But in terms of materials, they are the highest quality. It could only get better if you use glass, which is partial. I'm not a big fan of glass, but this nice hard plastic is as good as it gets for me, at least. So it gets 2 out of 2.5 points for bottle design and materials. In terms of taste, it's quite good. It's not perfect, but it is better than most. So it gets a score of 3 out of 4 points for taste. In terms of value, this is again where it loses a little bit. This 1 liter bottle, it also comes in half liter and 1.5 liter, but this 1 liter bottle costs me $2.70 from the grocery store. Now, you can buy in bulk, which is very cool. Normally you need to be a business to buy in bulk from a company, but Fiji does sell wholesale. That way, if you do want to buy a couple cases of this, then you can save money. But if you're just buying individuals, the value isn't that great, which is why Fiji gets just half a point out of 1 point for value. This, all rounded up, gets Fiji a final score of 8 out of 10. This puts it right in the middle of the pack, just below Voss Water at 8.25 points, and just above Aquapana at 7.5 points. So, I hope you all enjoyed my 9th water review. Please subscribe, comment, like, and share with your friends, and recommend any other waters you'd like me to review. I would like to wish everyone a happy Easter weekend, or just a long weekend if you don't celebrate Easter, and I will see you next Friday. Thank you.